I'd implore you to tell a friend, to join the conversation this evening, and it promises to be quite engaging, intellectually edifying, and what I say, incisive. All right, very, very insightful. We will be having in-depth and logical conversations to quite a lot of topical hot stories across Nigeria's socio-economic and political landscape. And the first thing we're going to look into as the hot topic is the fact that APC closes Secretariat, Buhari House, over the murder of its kidnapped director. Apparently, the ruling All Progressives Congress had to shut down its national secretariat, popularly known as Buhari House, following the killing of its director of administration, Honorable Abdurrauf Adekunle Adeniji. He was kidnapped weeks ago and he was reportedly killed. Now, the abductors who killed him concealed the news of the killing while they were still negotiating to collect money from his family, about 50 million naira ransom. So apparently, killings, abductions is now the order of the day. And while Nigerians are waiting and praying and hoping that something tenable would come up, well, in that process, here we are. Here we are trying to ensure that we survive and trying to ensure that the security operators will beef up whatever strategy they need to employ to stop this. It has become a terrible, embarrassing menace. And it obviously feels like with Nigeria's spectrum, with how huge and big we are, with the budget allocated to our security agencies, and how Nigeria's military used to be widely feared, right? It's depressing to see this kind of situation. Meanwhile, in Ondo State, you do know that headless bodies were actually recovered at a river. There were about 4 bodies and there were no heads. Investigations have commenced as to the identity of these deceased individuals, and there are speculations that the heads of these individuals were used for ritual. A couple of Nigerians feel that there is nothing about ritual. It's about digital, what you call this, there's a term for it now, where they sell body parts digitally. It's all basically about that. That's what a lot of Nigerians are considering it to be. So those who are into diabolical means, what have they gained with all of those practices all this while? So investigations are on to find out what happened to those headless bodies that were found in that particular river there. The indigents of that particular community are worried and they're afraid. There was panic yesterday when that body was seen, and nobody could identify them. The families of those victims couldn't come because the heads were not present. So while the police in the community in Ondo State have begun investigation, we wait to see how far and how well and how apt the investigation will actually help them find out who the identities of these 4 individuals are. Like I said, insecurity has become the order of the day. Just yesterday, you heard that there was a protest in Akure for the killing of some farmers. You also know about the Jos local government, Bokos local government crisis that took place just 3 or 4 days ago, and several kidnappings taking place, which has brought to the fore the concern of the Nigerian citizens and the political bureaucrats on what they should consider to be a priority. Interesting, right? Yes, we're looking into that as well in the course of our conversation this evening. Meanwhile, right, yes, Wike fires a former governor concerning the state of emergency that was implemented in Rivers State. He lambasted former Rivers State Governor Rufus Ada George, saying that the elder statesman is speaking like a child. This was during a media briefing where Ada George accused the FCT minister of orchestrating the ongoing political crisis in Rivers State, including the imposition of a state of emergency and the appointment of sole administrators in all 23 local government areas. So, reacting in a statement today, Wike's Senior Special Assistant on Public Communications and Social Media, Larry Olayinka, stated that it was unfortunate that some elders in Rivers State who played the ostrich when suspended Governor Sim Fubara was acting like an emperor and now speaking like children who lost their most prized toys. Now, there's also a situation within the National Assembly. There is a caucus. They're called the Northeast National Assembly Caucus. This caucus are actually crying out, and they're saying there are allegations against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's lopsided, appointments ever since Ali Ndume cried out. The Northeast Caucus of the National Assembly has accused President Bola Tinubu of shortchanging the region in the execution of major projects, political appointments, and other decisions by his government. The allegation was made today by the caucus, which is the umbrella body for senators and members of the House of Representatives from the Northeast geopolitical zone. The caucus appealed to the president to review some of the actions of his administration by giving fair representation to the Northeast, which comprises of Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Gombe, Taraba, and Yobe states. You know why I'm laughing? Please pardon me. Just sincerely pardon me, because I'm just trying to understand. The Southeast were only giving 16 representation. I don't hear anybody talk. Oh, those ones that don't accept their fate say, if you reach us, may we just mind our business, because I don't even think in the grand scheme of things, then go look our side. The North, I don't even see. Somebody said to, I think I was having a conversation with somebody when the person said, if there is anything that he likes about this Tinubu's administration, say these top people that always believe like power belongs to them alone, that he's showing them what it is, that right now is on a mere pia. Please forgive me, because it's funny. What more representation do you require? To be honest with you. Okay, so let's look at the list that presidential aid Sunday Diary released. The list had shown that the president had appointed 29 people from the Southwest, his home region, 35 from the Northwest, 22 from the South-South, 16 from the Southeast, 25 from North Central, 24 from the Northeast. This Northeast National Assembly caucus are the ones complaining. So calculate it. 24 from Northeast, all right? 35 from Northwest. That is how many? Almost 60 persons representing, isn't it? Okay. South-South only has about 22. And Southeast has 16. Now for the Southwest, 29, but the list, the name of the person that was not updated was Femi Gbajabiamila, the president's chief of staff. So what more are the Northerners looking for, Noni? Okay, meanwhile, because of the fact that that list was not updated or concluded, critics allege that the presidency spokespersons proved to be incompetent. Why didn't they vet their list and ensure it was updated before they released it? Because right now, Sunday Diary had to come apologize by saying that they're very sorry, but that they were going to later release the latest appointments based on their region. And a couple of critics said, you guys, you're not representing the administration well. You're not doing proper PR for this government. How can you be in a hurry to impress? Is it about impressing or being precise and factual? You know, that was basically the criticism that came on the media aid. You guys are so quick to respond to your critics without doing due diligence in observing and ensuring that whatever comes out is accurate and factual, rather than validating whatever form of incompetency that is being alleged by certain persons that supposedly have their grouses with the administration. So we'll be looking into this in the course of the conversation. Meanwhile, if you're listening to the news, you will help me tell you where you heard that 12 IPOB members have been released from prison after 4 years in detention, and the Ifeanyi Ejiofor was the one that was able to make sure that this case came to fruition. About 39 of them were actually detained. However, procession is still ongoing, and they were all happy for their release. At least they weren't in the process. They didn't disappear. They were still alive while they were taken into custody. So again, like I said, quite a lot to be considered, quite a lot to be looked into. We also have a situation where Senator Godswill Akpabio is calling out Natasha by saying that she is committing a heinous lie by making such allegations about his person. He said that Natasha just wants to ruin his image. Natasha just wants to ensure that his seat at the National Assembly and his image in public is completely ruined, and that he's instructing the Inspector General of Police to look into this matter and do the needful, that she needs to be prosecuted. Also, Akpabio denied the accusation that there were plots to assassinate Natasha by him by calling it a heinous lie and a reckless and deliberate attempt to tarnish his reputation. He demanded a prosecution of Akpoti Uduaghan for criminal defamation. The Senate president characterized the allegation as politically motivated, accusing Akpoti Uduaghan of attempting to incite political unrest and damage his public image. He also emphasized that the accusation was made without any supporting evidence. He said that this impact is harmful of the false allegation and that its widespread coverage across several media platforms, including radio, television, and social media. The law enforcement agencies should treat this matter with all diligence and consider it not to be a joke. Do you understand? Not to be a joke. Meanwhile, again, Still on court proceedings, the Rivers State High Court, sitting in Port Harcourt, has issued a directive barring further public commentary on the 2 billion naira libel suit filed by the Chief of Staff to the suspended Governor of Rivers State, Simfubara, Edison Ehie. The case is against the immediate past head of service, George Nweke, and Channels Television. In a ruling dated today, April 10, 2025, the presiding judge, Jumbo Stevens, ordered that neither the parties involved in the suit nor any associated individuals make public comments or representations regarding the subject matter until the court delivers its judgment. The case was adjourned to June 4, 2025 for mention and further proceedings. Ehie filed the 2 billion naira libel suit against Nweke and Channels Television following a broadcast aired by Channels TV wherein Nweke allegedly accused Ehie of being responsible for the inferno that destroyed the Rivers State House of Assembly complex and other allegations. So, ladies and gentlemen, you do know today is Thursday, April 10. You have your normal Thursday tonic where you have barrister, professor, doctor, high chief, pastor, every Darlington Agowam. Good evening, how are you?
Queen Esther.
How are you this evening, sir?
I am okay.
Welcome. Welcome. I am fine. Please come closer to the microphone.
Yes. You are talking of the weather.
The weather was, the weather was quite cool today, or wasn't it?
No, it is.
It is cool.
Yes.
Now, Barrister Darlington, they don't tell channels to make you know talk about that libel suit again. Waiting be named Wake talk about. So let me ask you something. If somebody say they want to organize press conference now, they want that information to be widespread and become popular. They now call channels. Obviously, they used to pay all these media houses for such coverage. So channels should not go and cover it again.
What is the
Edison Ehie is filing a 2 billion naira libel suit against Nweke and Channels TV following a broadcast aired by Channels TV wherein Nweke allegedly accused Ehie of being responsible for the inferno that destroyed the Rivers State House of Assembly complex and other related allegations. That's why I said sometimes when these things want to happen, they will call these media houses and say, "Oh yeah, come and cover it for me." And it was Channels that was invited that they went and did that, stuff. So, what will make channels? How channels take enter this whole thing now?
It is anyway when the matter is how the prop. I think channel will be exonerated because they are doing their job. It's their job. The job of the media to carry press conference for anybody who wants to do that.
Okay.
And then they didn't add or remove anything. So, what is the issue of? Anyway, like I said, the court will do the needful. The court will do the needful. Because I didn't see what wrong the channel did. It's the political gladiator that should be sort themselves out and leave the media alone. Because if you begin to do that, that means the media will not cover any other press conference.
True.
They begin to ask, are you sure we will not be sued and all that? Meanwhile, it's not supposed to be so.
Sure.
Given the ethics of their job, they are not supposed to take side. Even if after Wike finish his own press conference, and on the same spot, he come and say, "Look, I want to counter it. You two should wait." The same media will still cover it. So, I don't see. I pray that the matter will be heard and then proper, interrogation
Investigations will be carried out.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, how do we talk about the situation, this very recent situation about the Northeast National Assembly caucus, because of what Ali Ndume said? And they're saying that the president is not properly represented in terms of appointments. And I'm asking, the question I'm asking is, I beg, who's supposed to cry out between Northeast and Southeast? Say appointment is lopsided and that they're underrepresented. Who's supposed to cry?
Esther.
Sir?
If you have been eating continental dish,
Okay.
well garnish continental dish in a 5-star hotel, all of a sudden they start serving you akamu and beans.
That's a good food now. If it's served properly, it's classy.
I said the continental dish. So.
Okay.
Then they start serving you ogi pap, and the beans ordinary in Buka, and they see tell you that shebi we don't give you food, will you be happy given your status? The thing is that the North have been, there are some positions that are their birthright. Are you getting it? Whenever you are making an appointment, if they don't get those appointments, you have not given them anything. No.
Wahala.
Remember when this thing started, immediately Mene Kyari was removed as the NNPC managing director. That was when the heat started. That the North had not been given anything, no, this and that. Oh. So, left to me, it's not enough to say you are giving me appointment. What is the position of that appointment? What role am I supposed to play? Is it a very important position? Do I have a say in that position? Am I at the helm of affairs? Can I control authority and power in that position? Because these are the things that the North have always enjoyed. It's as simple as that. These are the things they have always enjoyed. So if you now make a Yoruba person or somebody from the Southwest, the MD, and then maybe somebody again, the deputy MD, they now bring a Northern and say he is assistant to the deputy MD. The man will say, what kind of appointment? I don't have any power here now.
Before so in other words, Kini, what are you explaining?
What I'm saying now is that why they are crying out is part of the fact that they have the highest number of appointees. The positions are not juicy enough. Can't you get it? They didn't get a CBN governor. They didn't get a minister of finance. They didn't get the internal affairs. They didn't get custom. Esther, they didn't get which is that one again? All those you understand, these are the things they are talking about, nothing else. So if you are giving them those things and take the other one, they won't even bother. Are you getting it now? That has been the position. So when they have been shortchanged in this position, they cry because ordinarily it has been their traditional birthright to occupy those positions.
What birthright? Who is giving them birthrights?
Esther, it is the same birthright we gave them to do whatever they like. It is the same birthright some people from that region can kill and get away and nothing will happen. It is the same birthright. Abi, is it not true? Let any other person from the other region try what these killer herdsmen are doing. Then you understand what I mean by birthright. Let any other person from other region go to the north, kill the villagers there, and they occupy their villages, like they are doing in Plateau and Benue today. You mean those things, they don't matter, Abi? You mean it does not matter? When the north are crying out, let us rationalize it now. If we begin to do what they are doing so far, there will be no Nigeria. That's the truth. Some of the impunity and arrogance they have displayed so far is very provocative. Up to today, I still wonder why the North are not talking about this killing. Rather, they are always interested in they are always interested in power, position, politics. But this killing, they have never called a meeting. They have never been bothered. They have never even been interested. And this has been going on for 15 years now. So that will tell you the kind of mentality that is playing out there. The kind of things that is going on through their mind. And I keep saying it that one day, this selective approach to issues will cause problem. Because the people you are killing, they are not stupid. One day they will fight back. One day they will fight back. And I pray what will happen that day. We have been saying it now, that the North should reign it because these people are from their side. It is only the owner of a mad dog that will call a mad dog to order. It's as simple as that. Because whenever somebody may be out of anger or something, they try to retaliate, you see how they will flare up. Bring the person that killed that Fulani man or Hausa man. But what the Hausa or Fulani man was doing, nobody will talk about it. So it is very, very bad. Very, very bad. We should tell them that this is not how to build a united Nigeria. That's what I'm saying here. Whenever they are doing so, they should be circumspect. Know that these people that are doing this, they are not stupid. We are doing this so that there will be one Nigeria. We are tolerating and accommodating this so that there will be one Nigeria. we are doing all this so that there will be peace in Nigeria. Imagine if all of us have the same mindset, Esther. Just imagine.
I'm telling you.
Imagine if we have the same mindset. What will happen in Nigeria by now?
Because speaking in that same regard, Shehu Sani actually said that is the Kaduna Central Senator. Today, he observed that Yorubas and Northerners dominated the list of President Bola Tinubu's political appointments, which is trending online. The Tinubu Special Advisor on Media and Public Communications, Sunday Dare, who had shared the first list made by the president. And while he gave a breakdown, Dare said Tinubu appointed 71 Northerners, 63 Southerners, and also from 134 federal appointments. Dare actually provided a breakdown in response to a comment by the Borno South Senator Ali Undumi. So if this Northern caucus are complaining, where does it leave the Southeast that are highly underrepresented? And if there have been calls and complaints about the fact that they feel isolated, they feel underrepresented, they feel the federal character in the 1999 Constitution is not duly upheld, then how do you expect them to feel? How do you address these grouses?
Esther, if we begin to give this appointment according to your contribution to national treasury, according to your contribution to the national GDP, please, who should be on top? You can see. That is where they say monkey they walk, baboon they chop.
The person that should be on top, the people that should be on top is the South people.
Of course.
South.
And then followed by the Southeast. It's on record. Go and check their contributions all over Nigeria. South with their oil, which is the mainstay of the economy. Look at where they are. The South is in cost 16. Yet nobody is talking or complaining from that area. But the region where we have mostly this terrorism that is dragging us backward. Look at what they are saying. Imagine what we have spent on this terrorism. How it has dragged us back. How it has brought us shame and infamy all over the world. Yet the people there are not even bothered. That is my concern here. They just feel that what is going on is normal. People, those people, they have the right to kill. In fact, they have the license to kill. So that one is not a problem. But let one of them be apprehended by these angry villagers and killed. You see what will happen. So how is that fairness? How? No, tell me, how is that fairness? Unfortunately, because they have been doing it over the years and getting away with it. If you now want to rewrite history and let things be fair to everybody, they will now flare up and say you are cheating them. You are killing them. You are doing this, you are doing that. But the people that have been killing for over 15 years now, those people are not human beings. You can see now, they are animal. They are not worthy to live. My dear, let the people that are behind this, let them be very careful. We have been saying it repeatedly here. All the people that are supposed to talk, they will not talk now. Because I know there is a limit to endurance and tolerance. There is a limit to it. This thing that they are fanning the embers of war, fanning the embers of disunity. I hope they will wait when the thing starts. The northern leaders have an opportunity to rein in these mad dogs who are destroying Nigeria. Esther, do you know the most painful aspect of these things?
What's the most painful?
These killers are not from Nigeria. Esther, they are not Nigerians. But just because they speak the language of some people in Nigeria, they claim that they are Nigerians. Like in Fulanis all over the world, they speak the same language of Fufude.
Fufu.
They have the same language. So whenever they meet them, they believe that here they are at home. Ordinarily, go and check. They are not from Nigeria. They are not. Because if they are, tell me how you leave your family land or family house somewhere. Then you now come over here, kill people in their own villages and homestead, and then occupy it as your own. You rename it as your village. If you have a home, you won't do that.
But barrister, the reason why I'm asking you this question is that it's actually a little bit, I don't want to use the word surprising, but I think a region in this part of the world have gotten used to not being considered. So they keep quiet. There's no need to bother to say anything.
Yeah.
There's no need to cry out and say, "Oh, you're not representing us. Oh, I don't like what you people are doing. Please, you must consider us," because they already feel like they will not even be paid attention to, or they will not be answered. So how do you look at this?
Do you know why I don't want to talk about it? As an Igbo man, the moment I say it now, you will see that man from Bagada. You're always talking of tribal issues.
It's not. It's the data
I
that is
said, let
there.
me just mention. You will see. He will call now and reply, and all this one I'm saying, he will not hear it. Oh, it's not important. That's why I didn't want to talk about the Igbos. My dear, we are not bothered. That's why I keep telling you that we are holding the peace of this country. What we are tolerating, what we are enduring, no other ethnic group in Nigeria will endure it. Quote me. No other, nobody. Is it that we are stupid? No. Is it that we are not hardworking? No. Is it that we are not strong? No. Is it that we are not diligent? No. Is it that we are not educated? No. But we want peace to reign in Nigeria. We are displaying it practically.
But why is federal character not actually represented?
It
not part of our constitution. And the president is the president of every region, every geopolitical zone, every geographical location. So why shouldn't federal character be highly represented? Considering the president's antecedent, somebody who is a true Democrat, who fought for democracy, one of the founders of NADECO, persons that went through a lot of persecution for fighting for the freedom of Nigerians and for us to start operating within a democratic system. So why is that not implemented?
How will it be implemented? All this thing you are saying now, in fact, I have my reservation because most time what they say is not what they do. They will use this activism, human rights activism, to deceive Nigerians, to believe in them, to give them power.
What kind of what human rights activism?
You said it now that he fought for democracy, fought for that.
Yes. During the military
but you can see now that was not the original intention. It was a selfish interest that he was fighting for.
Or do you think maybe the ideal that time was different from what?
No, it's the same thing that brought him to office. It's the same activism now. He was protesting all through. He was protesting. You look at what you had all he told the PDP and Jonathan. He was protesting. So it's not as if it happened 50 years ago. It just recently now. So everything he told Nigerians, is he doing them? The answer is no. Esther, the answer is capital no.
Well, some projects are already coming to fruition. It's just 2 years and it doesn't take magic. In as much as the president told us he will kick the ground running as soon as he assumes office, it takes time. The presidency has said something. I think one of his aides, I can't remember which one of them, they said that if the policies the president is implementing now have been implemented by the previous administration or even during the era of former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, that would have begun to yield some profit, and the pains and constraints we're going through now wouldn't have been as dire.
Like what project, Esther? What project? Where was this economy before APC hijacked it?
What do you mean by hijacked it?
Yes, they did. Because the man that is talking, if they had been implemented 20 or 200 years ago, it wouldn't have been like this.
No,
where was this economy?
Nobody hijacked it.
No,
in 2015, Nigerians wanted change. The APC seemed to be the party that they adopted.
No, it was a hijack, my dear.
In what capacity?
Yes, because if it wasn't, things wouldn't have gone south under their watch.
No, do you know the meaning of hijack?
When you took something by force.
Exactly. How can you say, if you say they took it by force in 2015, what was that mantra for change and the wholesome acceptance of the APC?
Good. Who told you that? We are seeing the reality on ground now. You are still debating. Now let me ask you, if something was moving fine, smoothly, people were enjoying life, there was a life, there was an economy, there was the middle class, and immediately you came into office, everything disappeared. Esther, disappeared completely. What does that tell you? And you are still telling me if things were put in place. So nothing was in place. When we were buying rice, a bag of rice for 8,000 naira, nothing was in place, Abi. When the exchange rate was $1 to 200 and 197 naira, there was nothing in place. When we had a middle class in this country, nothing was in place. Nothing was in place. Hold on, after COVID. Nothing was in place when companies were working, and under their watch, 7.2 million of those companies have closed down and disappeared from anywhere. You can't find them. Nothing was in place, Esther. And we had only Boko Haram to contend with under PDP and Jonathan. Now, under your watch, 5 more have entered Nigeria, and we don't even know which one to contend with. Nothing was in place, nothing was in place, Nigerians. You can see. They didn't put anything in place at all. Nothing. Nothing was in place. Eh? So what are they putting in place now? And at what cost? Tell me. Nothing was in place and Nigerians bought it. Eh? Nothing was in place at all. Eh? What did they now put in place after what is 10 years now? 10 years. 10 years ago, APC have not put anything in place. So they are still complaining, blaming somebody.
APC does not mean that the president's administration began in 2023. The previous administration was under Muhammadu Buhari.
No.
If the former president wasn't intelligent, creative enough, if he did not have competent representatives or persons within his cabinet to help him rejuvenate Nigeria, rejuvenate the economy, provide security as the party had campaigned then, is it the president's fault? And if you recall, during that period, the president was sidelined. That is, our current president was sidelined. He wasn't obviously seen within the corridors of power to provide economic, ideas on how former President Buhari could have revitalized the country.
Esther,
Sir?
the job you are trying to do this evening, it will not work, especially with me. Seriously, it will not work.
What is the job, Barrister?
We are
looking at all sides of this issue.
You are doing everything to clean up this mess. Unfortunately, it is not cleaning.
No, I'm not cleaning up the mess. We're just logically trying to look at things.
Because look at it. If you are good as you claim, the moment you come into office, you look at the issues on ground. You don't just take a rational action. After the damage has been done, you now start looking for damage control to our expense. Because what is those policies that Tinubu put in place that is working today? That you can say, yes, this policy is working. Has he not been trying to reverse all his policies because of the painful aspect of it? That is not bringing any dividend. The subsidy, they told us that with the removal of subsidy, in fact, it will be Uhuru. Go and read. I was here with you that day. That inaugural speech, I listened to it here on this platform that day. And I told you what is going to happen. Please, Esther, did it not come to pass? So those things that he said about subsidy removal, where is the dividend 2 years down the line? Where is it? Esther, where is it? You can see. You can see that no policy was thought out. By now, you should have been seeing the dividend of that subsidy removal. Unfortunately, we are hearing now that somebody wants to pay 7.7 trillion naira to NNPC for subsidy money. They will give it all manner of name, but you and I know that it's for subsidy. That's the truth. That's the truth. Because when he was reading that inaugural speech, he didn't tell us that even when we remove this subsidy, we are going to go to pay shortfall, upfall, side fall, or whatever. They give it all sorts of them just to confuse the public. You said subsidy have been removed. Therefore, people can go and import fuel and pay and sell according to how they... Is that not true? So which one is shortfall and the downfall for NNPC? Tell me, which one? Are they supposed to be importing fuel after what he said? You can see. So anybody telling you, it's just that nobody challenges these people when they talk. Telling me if they have... Look, Buhari said it when he came into office, and for 8 years he did not put anything in place. So,
all right, let's look at things factually. Let's look at the monies borrowed so far by this administration, which obviously Ali Ndume had to give a breakdown. He said, for example, in June 2023, the federal government borrowed $500 million for a women program called NPMWPS. In the same June 2023, another $800 million was borrowed to cushion the effects of the increase in the price of petroleum products. Again, on September 23, 2023, $700 million was borrowed for adolescent girl initiatives. Again, in December 2023, $750 million was borrowed for renewable energy scale-up. On June 24, 2024, $1.5 billion was borrowed to support Nigeria for Economic Stabilization Act for the economy. Then another $750 million was borrowed for technical support to stabilize Nigeria's economy and scale up support for the poor. Adume said by his calculation, the entire money borrowed was $9.45 billion, approximately 13 trillion naira. Now, when asked whether the loans were with the approval of the National Assembly, Ndume said it was not of his knowledge. He wasn't aware, but that these loans, according to him, he called it spurious. He's not against borrowing, but he called it spurious we are spending, and that he was not aware that the National Assembly even knew about it.
Oh.
So basically, the question is, the president has economic policies on ground, but we haven't seen the data for all those monies borrowed, what they were utilized for.
Good.
Who is responsible for ensuring that we see the data and the effect that indeed the projects that they have stipulated, that they borrowed that money for and they were granted, that they have actually done it, or they have commenced the process? Or will it take like maybe 4 years for that to be accomplished?
Apart from this money, Esther, have you had or seen the record of the subsidy removal, what you have gained from it so far? At least there should have been, because when Abacha increased the price of, I think, from 11 to 14 naira, that was when they set up PTF. So the difference of 3 or before naira was going to that PTF, Petroleum Trust Fund,
yes,
headed by Buhari that time. We saw where it was going. Abi? Now, this subsidy thing, where is it? Who is in charge of it? Nobody. You cannot sit down and calculate that, yes, so this is how much we have saved and all that. Nobody can give account of that money. It is not computed. And it cannot be calculated. So, and you have borrowed this kind of money under how many years and still counting. So you can see when somebody telling you nothing was in place, an excuse to go and borrow money and share, because we are not seeing where this money is going to. All the things they told you they want to do with this money, where are they? Esther, where are they? Does it take a century to implement a policy? If you say you want to go and borrow money from a bank now for a project, you handle it. The bank will even follow you to go and see the bank, monitor it and see the feasibility study. Immediately they give you the money. 2-3 days after, they expect action. They will see it. Somebody will be going to inspect the project from the bank to make sure that their money is not wasted. But in this case now, all this money they called out for specific project, where are they? We are supposed to be seeing those things by now. Nothing. We are still being promised. Somebody can, nothing was on ground. Nothing was on ground. You that have come to put something on ground, where is it? What are you putting on ground now? Where is it? The same excuse, oh. The same excuse. The same party. You can see. I just gave you specific what we were enjoying under PDP. You mean those people that managed the economy that time and Nigerians were enjoying? They are stupid, Abi. It is you now that have made things worse and harsh that is wiser. How do you rationalize it? No, how do you defend hardship? How? That you are suffering in the midst of plenty and you are trying to defend it. Look, nobody will listen to you. This other party that made Nigeria to feel governance. You mean they don't know what they were doing? It is you that know what you are doing. Yet, we have not seen what you are doing. By now, Esther, we would have been seeing something from at least one section of the economy. Either in agri sector or security, we would have seen that, yes, things are getting better, things are, coming down. But every day, it is getting worse. And somebody is still defending it. That means these 4 years will just fizzle out. Esther, in the next 2 years, you have only 2 years now for the 4 years. So if you did not do anything in the last 2 years, please, is it in the next 2 years that will not do something that people will see?
The presidency has told us that these fundamental changes, all right, and the knitting of the brokenness within our economic fabric will actually take years. It's not something that we will begin to see the result now. So they are imploring Nigerians to be patient.
Good.
That our children will be the ones to benefit from this economic policy.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
But that this is the right step in the right direction. And possibly if the president continues with a second term in this trajectory, that we will now begin to see the positive outcome of this policy implementation.
Yes.
And maybe all the borrowings that he has made so far will begin to realize its effect.
Exactly.
All the dormant sectors that we witnessed during the previous administration, we will now begin to see the actions, which this policy implementation, how it would help open it and widen it up, that Nigerians should just calm down.
Are you serious?
They also said that it is based on sentiments that we have Nigerians just being condescending and not being patient with this administration. That Nigerians were more patient with former President Muhammadu Buhari than the president. That possibly is just because of its President Tinubu, and that is the reason why everything about his administration, anything they try to do, it's all taken back with negative backlash.
Are you serious? So please tell the person that said that thing that we are tired of this type of noise. As far as it's noise, tell him I said that when you are bitten by a snake, if you see the head of a lizard, don't wait to take off. This is exactly what Buhari told us. And say, with what he has done in the first time, when we give him a second time, he will now consolidate. When we give, he said, this is the next level. The next level now become the next hardship until he left office.
Buhari was oblivious of what was going on in his government. He always said he was not on the know. He was not in the know.
Please don't tell me that. Don't even say that to anybody.
Solomon Dalong said that. He said it. He confirmed it.
Esther, please don't tell that to an angry man. No. I'm not joking. Let nobody come and say this type of thing. So, you're a leader. You campaigned. You ask people for your vote. You tell them what you are going to do. Then you entered office only to come and tell me that you don't even know what they were doing. You don't know what was going on. Who will listen to you? First time, you didn't know what you are doing. Second time, you don't know what you are doing. Are you serious?
This is not sarcasm. This is actually the conversation.
I
follow a lot of ex
leave all those things. They are using it to deceive you. That's what I'm telling you. Don't listen to short talks. They can only tell that to the Marines, not me now. How can somebody tell you that he spent 8 years in office and he didn't know what he was doing in that office? And he's now using it as an excuse. Are you serious? Oh, he is, Abi. No, he eats food in that office. He pay his own bill. He send his children to school. And do other personal in that office. So, yet what concern Nigeria, he didn't know about it. And he's in that office. Are you serious, Esther? Please don't say this to somebody. I'm not joking. No. Don't even try it. If they tell you lies, now tell them they are lying. It's as simple as that. So that they don't think that I've said something very reasonable. You are now using the excuse that you don't know what's going on in the office you're occupying. And you want me to clap for you, Abi. So, who are the people responsible? Esther, the people responsible, did you now call them to order? You are the one that appointed them, or was it me? This was exactly what happened with Shagari. That when the military overthrew him, when the question they asked, he said, where is Umaru Diko? Every question they asked Shagari when he was picked up, where is Umaru Diko? Everything Umaru Diko. That was why Buhari and the day was said they must get this Umaru Diko to come and answer questions. And the kidnap failed in the UK. And there was a diplomatic row. So why is it that people will just be looking for somebody? I am telling you authoritatively, Tinubu will blame somebody tomorrow. Esther, go and mark my word. Any day Tinubu leaves, he will blame somebody. And Nigerians will still have a way to say, it's true. It's true. People were criticizing him. He did not concentrate. In fact, he was always going to France. And that's why he did not concentrate. As if we told him to be going to France every week. He will use that excuse that you can see most of the time he traveled to France. And because of that, he did not know what was going on. This French trip that is distracting him. If he has concentrated in Nigeria, maybe he would have been doing better. So we should not blame him because he was always going to France. And somebody will say, it's true, yes. We should have stopped him when he was going to France now. We should have gone to the airport and said, Mr. President, don't go to France. Wait, don't go. So that he will concentrate on Nigerian business. Why is it that when people want to talk like this, they don't talk, I don't know. They don't talk anyhow. In a very serious matter. And you want me to sit down and clap for them and say, yes, it's true. Look at him now. Every time France, to working visit, this and that. All his media aides are supporting it. He can work anywhere. And say when the chiefs are done, the same aide will say, those days he was working outside, he was traveling, looking for investors. He did not even concentrate. He didn't know what was going on in Nigeria. Every time you all know, he was traveling. That's why he did not pay much attention.
So under your estimate now, would you say that Buhari's administration was way better? would you estimate with how you're explaining and categorizing and saying that there is nothing we are saying now that is going to make any sense about this administration, that the previous administration was better, despite how Nigerians were complaining bitterly from the previous administration? You wouldn't say that there is no sort of upliftment or a certain sense of, will I say, better off than before?
Two of them are the same.
Oh God, Darlington.
Two of them are, in fact, two of them are the same. You can't give any of them mark now because they are from the same party. Tinubu told you he will continue from where Buhari stopped. So what mark do you want me to give him, Esther? Tell me. If Tinubu had come into office and then do things differently, and you are now seeing it, like this subsidy thing, he will now look, call experts, come, this thing, yes, we want to remove it, but how do you go about it? Just what Jonathan was doing in office. Go and check. There is no policy decision Jonathan took without calling experts to come and advise him. He will call them, say, come, this from pension reform to what is it called, ATM, TSA. He will test run before he will ask, okay, spread it out. But this APC, they just don't come and take things, I don't know. And when the thing backfire, they will start looking for somebody to give them soft landing. Not me. Esther, count me out, I will not.
Barrister Darlington, the Federal High Court in Abuja has thrown out a 50 billion naira lawsuit filed by Nnamdi Kanu. Now, Justice Yang Ekwo, who gave the ruling today, said the case was struck out because it was not properly followed up. When the case came up in court, no lawyer showed up for either Kanu or the federal government. Justice Ekwo pointed out that during the last hearing, Kanu had no legal representative, while the government was represented. He also noted that the case had already been delayed 3 times for the same reason. Since there was no one in court to continue the matter, the judge decided to strike it out. Kanu has sued the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the AGF of the Federation over what he called a violation of his rights. He asked the court to decide whether the way and manner in which the plaintiff was abducted in Kenya, that is he, Nnamdi Kanu, an extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, is consistent with extant laws. He specifically mentioned the provisions of Article 12, subsection 4 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, Ratification and Enforcement Act Cap A9 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and Article Part 5, subsection A of the African Charter's principles and guidelines on human and people's rights while countering terrorism in Africa. He also wanted the court to rule on whether by the operation of Section 15 of the Extradition Act Cap E25, laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, the plaintiff can be competently, legally tried for offences stated in counts 1 to 14 of the 15-count amended charge. So the question is, the 3 times that Nnamdi Kanu was going to have a legal representative in court for a case he filed against the federal government, it's either he wasn't present when his case was called for, or the federal government's legal representative were not present. And if this happened 3 times, therefore the case was dismissed. So why send out a suit where you're not going to follow it up or follow it through?
If that matter was under Buhari now, Nnamdi Kanu would have followed it up. Because it happened under Buhari.
Okay.
That is what I think. And I know that the federal government wouldn't have won that case.
Are you sure?
I said I know very well. Because the first time that matter was mentioned at the Supreme Court level, the Supreme Court frowned at the way Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya.
Okay.
They said they don't even have a law to try him. They don't. So I think it is Nnamdi Kanu that is giving the federal government a soft landing. Because he would have won that case. There's no way they would have won that. No way. It's not possible. With all the legal authorities, all the charter, all the clauses, the federal government wouldn't have defended that case and won Nnamdi Kanu. So I think because of what is going on now, the present case that is going on, I think maybe that one Nnamdi Kanu said, okay, or there was a discussion behind closed door. If not, I still don't know why Nnamdi Kanu didn't pursue that case. But I hazard a guess as to what happened. Because it was a good case for him. A very good case. A very good case. That would have embarrassed the federal government. Because I don't know where they will start. That they went to adopt a human being from another country. So what excuse will they give? No excuse. No amount of defense will exonerate them. So Nnamdi Kanu, maybe he traded that matter for this present one. Let's see how this one end at the end of the day. That's what I think.
Okay. Like you said, maybe he traded it for this one because I've heard from some feelers that he's hopeful that he may get bail this month. So maybe they had to prioritize which is more important.
Yeah,
well, let's see how it goes. Now, finally, before we open the phone lines, because we need to start off early and get reactions. President Tinubu and the Attorney General of the Federation, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, today failed to send legal representatives to the Federal High Court in Abuja for a scheduled hearing of the suit seeking to sack the sole administrator of Rivers State, and that is Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ekwa Ibas. And the resumed proceeding on the matter, neither the President nor the Attorney General of the Federation was represented, though the Attorneys General of Lagos, Bayelsa, Taraba, and Edo States announced their appearances. Alright, so following an agreement by all the lawyers that appeared for the case, Justice James Omotosho deferred the hearing till June 11. The court ordered the service of fresh hearing notices on all the defendants. The legal action was instituted by an Abuja-based legal practitioner, a Mr. John Mary Jidobi, who is praying the court to set aside as void all actions and decisions howsoever described or made of the third defendant, that is Vice Admiral Ibas, in the name of sole administrator of Rivers State, same being unconstitutional, null and of no constitutional force throughout the Federal Republic of Nigeria for all purposes. During the World News at 6, I spoke with a legal practitioner, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. He said in the first place, the fact that Ibas is there, that's unconstitutional. Now, I want you to know that Ibas suspended all the appointments in the state, and then obviously was able to put in sole administrators, or rather caretaker committee members that were not duly elected. That's another thing. 2, he has presupposedly written out a budget to present, where a member of the House of Assembly said he has no constitutional means to do so. According to Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, if all of the things IBAC is doing, in fact his very presence and the appointments he's doing there, is all unconstitutional, then under what constitution is IBAC carrying out the activities in Rivers State?
Now, Hester, the 3 state attorney general that appeared in court over this matter, on what ground did they appear?
Lagos,
Were they
Taraba.
part of the suit? Were they part of the suit?
Maybe there were similar suits in regard to that they all had to be there.
They have not consolidated all the matters now. The important parties there should have been the attorney general and the president.
Yes, but they did not even send any representative. The question is, why did you not send any representative? How were you sued? You got an original summon, you received it, and you did not appear in court. You did not send any legal representative. Is it because you're the Attorney General of the Federation? I understand that the president has immunity, so the Attorney General of the Federation is meant to represent the president.
Exactly.
So why not send any legal representative? Are you saying that that particular summon is below you?
My dear, don't go too far.
I
The thing is,
I just want to understand what it means.
is becoming an embarrassment. I would have loved to see the Attorney General of the Federation appear on that matter. I would have loved to see and hear what he would say. And then NBA will take notice. I'm not joking. Oh, you think they don't know what they're doing? They deliberately avoided that matter.
They avoided it.
Yes, they deliberately. It's not as if they don't know what because what are you going to say as the Attorney General of the Federation? You want to go and defend such a thing? You forgot that posterity will be here to judge you. You forgot. It is an embarrassment on its own. I am telling you, they may not appear. Even in the next adjournment, they may not appear. Because what are you going to defend? That's my question. That was exactly what happened to Andoka, Abacha's Attorney General. And he paid for it after. Let me just see who will go and defend that infamy going on in Rivers State. But when we are saying it here, they think they don't know what we are doing. Esther, there is a proverb in my place. You know what it says?
What does it
It
say?
is not enough to give a monkey water to drink. You know monkey? It has a very strong claw. The hand is very, very gummy. The question is, after the drinking of the water, will the monkey hand over the cup to you? That cup will not be released. So you handed over, you handed over a juicy pie to a military personnel that have retired. And you want him to hand over to you after. No. You just gave him power and authority to do what they normally do with immediate effects. It will be difficult to rein that man in. I am telling you, he may not even listen to Tinubu again. He may not even listen to him again. I'm not joking. Because what he's doing is not what he was told. And it is not it is not what he ought to do.
How are you certain?
Because
on that very day, during the state of emergency, every order that he takes is directly from the president. He ignored court orders and appointed sole administrators for 23 Rivers local governments.
I would have loved for this matter to be.
And there is a pending suit in the Federal High Court.
Esther,
so obviously his order is taken from, because there is, if not, why has the president not responded in effect to that?
I said I would have loved this matter to be heard in court, so that this sole administrator will come and tell us who gave him the order to do what he's doing and under what authority.
Barrister, if the presidency has not said anything as regards to him snubbing the banning from the Federal High Court, or not even having to stay on what the Federal High Court said, what does that tell you?
They are embarrassed that the man has gone loose like a loose cannon.
He cannot be a loose cannon.
They are embarrassed with what he's doing, and they cannot rein him in.
Barrister, are you very certain?
I said
that what Admiral Etta Ibas is doing is not with the sole permission from the president.
No. I said what he was told before also. You heard what was said that day. Okay. It's not what he's doing. So if he's acting outside the demand they give it to, that means he's acting ultra-virus. And he cannot explain it himself. And the people that gave him the job cannot even rein him in, because it will be a shame on them. That's why they keep mute. I gave you a proverb here.
Barrister,
the man have gone overboard.
Ibas has approved the reconstitution of some board of agencies, commissions, and parastatals that were earlier suspended. All appointments took effect from the 7th of April, 2025. The military government in Rivers State has also announced a new board for the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, with Michael Ekpai Ode appointed as chairman. The court has, however, fixed to hear the matter on the appointment of the sole administrators for April 14. While that case is still in court, all these appointments were made. Now, stakeholders have been criticizing the development. I haven't heard the National Assembly call out, aside from one or two persons who made mention of this 2 days ago, and I'm sure the person is from Rivers State, that said this man had no constitutional authority to do what he's doing at all. The National Assembly were meant to have actually given an express order to him, or he will seek their consent before he starts making any appointment there. So if you are saying all that you are saying right now, the fears among squatters is the fact that these are deliberate political strategy to ensure that maybe when Fubara returns, he may not upturn some of the appointments already made.
No.
Or there's a tendency that beyond 6 months will be extended. But the Senate has come to tell us that there's a possibility that it will not get into 6 months before the whole thing is elapsed.
No, I don't think so. The thing is that from what we had and what we saw Tinubu say, these orders we are not giving to the sole administrator. He was not giving this type of order. So I believe he's acting on his own. And that is why the people that appointed him are embarrassed. That's why I said that, look, why do you think they didn't go to court? Because on what basis will you begin to defend this type of thing? No attorney general will defend that type of infamy in Rivers State. Nobody. That yes, he is acting in order. He is supposed to do this. It's authority upon which you are talking. No attorney general will want to be embarrassed with this type of thing. It's unfortunate. Okay, look at it. The very reason why they removed Fubara is what this man is doing. That you are now presenting a budget to yourself. You are now operating the budget without any checks and balance. So this budget now, please, who will check this man? I'm not talking of the money he collected though. Which he has been spending. Are you getting it? Because that money he has been spending it. And nobody knows how he's spending it as of today. Another infamy, another infraction. The same reason why Fubara was removed though. In the case of Fubara, he was even acting and with the four lawmakers that the court said he should go on with. Just like they did in Plateau State.
Barrister, the fact that the president did not come out to explicitly say that, okay, this and this and this and this does not mean that whatever order, whatever appointment is being made by Admiral Etta Ibas does not have the president's consent.
Yes, it is deliberate, Esther, so that when the chiefs are down, he will now find a excuse that, look, this is not what we asked him to do. I didn't ask him to do all this one. No. He's acting on his own. No. So I don't think I should be blamed because I did not ask him to do what he's doing. He's now be on the man's head. And from there, maybe they will say, okay, this man, you are not doing what was, so you come out. They will not look for another person. It's just a way of looking for a way out. That's why they kept quiet. Well, so that by the time the court will now hit the gavel, the president will now say, we are not aware that he was acting out of tune. We didn't know that he was acting out of outside his boundary. So for that reason, since the court has spoken, okay, we can make amends. As a Democrat, we're listening government. We don't like what, no, this is not what we told him to do. Therefore, we are going to remove him. And removing him, he will now go with the money with him. Esther, he will go with the money with him.
For a Rivers statesman and chieftain of the Pan-Niger Delta Elders Forum, Chief Anab Sarah Igbe, he said both Ibas and those who appointed him had no respect for the rule of law. He said they simply believe that they can do anything that serves their interest, that he, Ibas, does not have any legal right to be on that seat. He being there is illegal, his actions are illegal, whatever decision he takes does not have any legal backing. And he noted that the sole administrator was sent to the state for an assignment which is to the benefit of those that sent him. They have an agenda and the man there is in a hurry to implement that agenda. Do you believe so? Because of the way at which he's just hurriedly facilitating everything. And what do you think the agenda would be? Or what is this whole conspiracy theory called agenda?
You know when a criminal is plying his trade, you always leave a trace.
Okay.
A very good, brilliant lawyer will always find evidence.
So who is the criminal here?
No matter how good you are, you think you are being clever, you will hoodwink everybody. No, people will see through what you are doing, and when they have seen what you are doing, that means you have failed. You cannot play tricks and people will discover what you are doing. That means you have failed in your tricks. Are you getting what I'm saying? Whatever they are planning ahead of 6 months or whatever is already open, and people are already preparing for it. That's why they went to court. So by the time the court will not take decision, where else are you going to? Where are you going to? No, tell me. It will be an embarrassment on your government. That's why I'm telling you that this thing will impact on your campaign for 2027. It will consume your second term ambition, whether you like it or not. It's a fact. There is no way anybody in Tinubu's administration can defend what is going on in Rivers State. It's not possible. So what are you going to campaign in Rivers State for? What will you tell them? Because I know that the same way the court have said that the man have no right to do what he's doing, telling him not to appoint anybody, and he refused. And then Tinubu kept quiet. They are marking it for him somewhere. He will come to campaign in 2027, and let me see how we defend that type of thing.
You think the president cares about campaigning?
Oh,
the president feels he's doing the needful to ensure that Nigeria gets better. So why are you concerned and bothered about the president who is not concerned about campaign or whatever, if he feels he's on the right track?
You really? Oh, he's not concerned about 2027.
The president said he's not concerned about all of those things.
And he's putting back an entire village. No other should be maintained there.
Maybe the president has a different crew to handle that.
Are you serious?
Which that he has not told us.
Really? Oh, he's waiting until everybody there is dead.
He's communicating with his security team. Do you know what he has told them?
Before he put state of emergency in Rivers State, please, how many people died? Let's assume he was being proactive. He want to preempt what will happen in Rivers State. Please, how many people died in Rivers State? Because that is the major reason why you should impose the state of emergency. Now that people are being slaughtered in a particular state in Nigeria, since last week, what has he done? Please, can somebody answer me? Since he wants to bring a paradise for Nigerians, is it when all the Nigerians are dead, slaughtered by foreign mercenaries, foreign terrorists? That's when he will not act, Abi. My dear, nobody is buying this argument. It's an old one. It will not fly.
All right, Barrister, let's take calls now. So please, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to get your reaction on the conversations. We'll do it 60 seconds so we can accommodate as many calls and as many messages as possible, okay? Please, let's keep our comments and reactions civil and clean. Do not insult, do not derogate, do not make any incendiary or any comments that will hit up the polity. Remember that we're all working towards the unity of Nigeria. Help us, let us help ourselves so that we can continue to give you top-notch information. I'm sure you understand what I mean. Very good. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number to send your messages to is 0817-1756-338. 0817-1756-338. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Evening Rush. What is your name?
Hello, Manchester. My name is
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good
Hello.
evening. What is your name?
Good evening. My name is Ife Olua, calling from Isolo.
All right, Ife, please go ahead.
Okay, so whenever I get to listen to you and Barrister, you always make me laugh, but this is very serious. APC should stop promising us. What we want is that they should do. Seeing is believing. So whenever they are ready, they should do whatever they have for us. Then we will see and believe. Or else, you see all these promises, we don't believe them.
All right, thank you very much, Ife. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Yeah, this is Mr. Saint calling from Oshodi.
Your name is what, please?
Mr. Saint.
Hello? Okay, I think he's still trying to sort out his phone because I can hear a lot of tapping. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, my sister. I'm getting embarrassed.
Well done.
Yeah. My sister, do you know that Buhari is...
Sir, you didn't tell us your
Democrat?
name. Oh.
Okay, you have Larry calling you from Ikeja.
All right, Larry, please go ahead.
Do you know that Buhari is more Democrat than this current president now?
Are you
who is the
serious?
former military head of state? Look
Wow.
at during Paseki and Osomole when they are fighting. You know that Buhari keep neutrality. Former military man keep neutrality. The election went normal way. If it is during Tinubu era, Osomole, this guy will not come back. Obaseki would have not come back. But look at how Buhari play neutrality. All what Tinubu is thinking, how he will come back 2027. And that is why he's fighting this 10-4 fight in River State. He's looking for how to come back 2027 and he's ready to do anything to come back.
Well, that
Thank
is
God
your
that we have
assertion,
people-
but the president has denied having any of these permutations that you are having here.
What can you imagine? Let us take an example how to declare state of emergency, and you have a tangible reason for stating state of emergency. What is the reason now? State of emergency in River State. What is the reason?
All right, thank you very much for calling, okay? Remember, I said 60 seconds, so we can accommodate as many calls as possible. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello,
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Edward calling from a country.
All right, Edward, please go ahead.
My contribution in this regard is that the man, the president himself, know that he has failed. And
You said he knows that he has failed.
Yes. He
How
knows.
do you know that he has failed? He hasn't failed.
He has not done anything that will give people encouragement. for
Not
people to
according
vote
to
for
him. Not according to the president.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming. Yes, he has not given. He has not done anything that will encourage people for 2027. Like the issue of River State. None of them in River State is happy over what has happened.
Okay.
And at the same time, security issue he has said, the cost of things in the market he has said, even the Northerners are complaining. Are you there?
I'm listening to you, sir.
So in 2027, there is not going to be anything at all that he can even raise as a little thing for him to campaign for. And let me conclude with this. It is only Peter Obi that gives him tension.
All right, please, we're not campaigning for anybody here. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
no
Please,
worries.
there's no campaigning, okay? There's no campaigning, no. Because, meanwhile, to correct what I don't want to use the word correct, but the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy in November 8, 2024, Wale Edu, says that President Tinubu's economic policies are improving Nigeria's revenue and the hardship the policies are causing is temporary. All right. So, again, it's just to reiterate some things to you about what the president said about his economic policies. So, in other words, the removal of petrol subsidy, the floating of the Naira, which has increased hardship in the country, that the policies have also forced many foreign companies, especially manufacturers and energy firms, to quit operations in Nigeria. But if this is the hard way for the economy to be better, then according to the president, he's doing well. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Yeah. Good evening, yes, sir.
Yes, good evening, sir. How are you? What's your name?
My name is Michael from Ekot.
All right, Michael from Cotton, please go ahead.
Please, what I'm wondering is all this money this Tinubu administration has been borrowed right from the time it is going to 2 years now. It doesn't use anyone and do anything in Nigeria for us. Then what is he promising us for us to do? Why should we believe him again? We are tired of all these empty promises, please. We are tired of it. And all these strategies he's using is against 2027 because he's still promising himself that he's going to 2027 for the second time. All this money you are tired of, all this money. Okay, next step. Okay, when the second time now, he's going to use that new strategy again to borrow money, go and go. Who is going to pay the money? We, the Nigerians. After it's 8 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Who is saying 8 years? Now I'm going to calm down. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
How are you?
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy, so happy.
I can
It's
see.
here a long time. Happy New Year. Easter in advance.
You left us as king of Denmark.
What's your name, sir? And where are you calling us from, sir?
Richard, yeah.
Okay, you behind the from Denmark.
Yeah.
With the
All
mat.
right, sir.
Well
Please
done,
go
man.
ahead.
You know, all my prophets have come to
Pass.
forfeit. So it remain only the dollar for the getting 2,000. Mbaka say I'm so happy. I'm so happy what is happening in River State, you know. If they are seeing spiritually, they're supposed to know that the guy have already lost. I don't want to call any bad name, you know, because the name have already been given. The fight in River State, they have already lost it. Both from the beginning, from the top to down, they have already lost it. It's just like when you have a wife and you are cheating your wife all the time, you come back home, this wife is not talking. You come back home, he's not doing anything. You come back, when you take correction and sit quiet? Because one day you will just come back home and your life just end. So you'll be afraid that the person you are doing everything for her to be angry, he never got angry. That is exactly what is happening in River State.
Exactly.
Do you see the person they suspect? They are not hearing anything. Why can't you be afraid?
I advised him to keep quiet. Yes, I told him.
Yeah, a lot of persons
Why can't you have to be afraid?
Yeah, let him keep quiet. Let him be gallivanting all over the place.
So I'm not talking about any election for now. I am talking about let's see how this result will end up. I believe in football when referee blow 90 minutes. Them. We know who win. I don't watch football 10 minutes. I say, oh, these guys have win. No, it's when the referee blow horn, whistle, everybody disappear from the pitch. That is where you know ball have ended.
Abi?
You see all this moving around, they are all failures.
I'm telling you.
We keep on watching the magic going on there.
Right.
Remember blessed, yeah?
Bye-bye. Thank you.
You're blessed.
Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Good
Choma.
evening. My name is Esther Machuko. I don't think I and Choma's voice sound that alike.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, yes.
My name is Michael from
Michael from where, please?
I like that though.
All right, Michael, please go ahead.
It's unfortunate that we're experiencing such a trash in Nigeria. With all the old song, acronym they gave to Bola Tinubu, the first Democrat, the builder of Lagos State, he established Lagos State. I could see the trash that is going on. I knew very well that the emergence of this man in the governance will crumble this nation. But unfortunately, let us see. It's good that everybody is saying what he's doing. And I pray God will deliver this country. The issue of River State is aware. Everything they did is a setup. Everything they did. And the whole thing is going to crumble upon them. They got deliver us. Barrister Darling, they God will help you. Continue. The Lord is your strength.
Amen, sir.
All right, thank you.
Night, though.
Thank you for calling. All right. All right, 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. 080-3692-9933. All right. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Darlington. My name is Gozie. Calling
Gozie?
from Okota area.
All right, Gozie, please go ahead.
Last, Nigeria do not start, but shall not do anything. Now the original people that they duty. You see, River State, military and zombie way now. You know, how God this civilian one go tell and say no. At the end of the day, you see, waiting to end and be say, I only put the military man to control the situation, but although he overplayed the ball, then the deed has been done. So make we just look. Nothing, all this way APC they do. Mistake on top mistake, failure on top failure. Yes, I don't know. I'm just looking at them. Let them do and get away from them.
All right, thank you very much. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello, good evening. How are you? What's your name?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, Pastor Bola is my name. I'm calling from K2.
Pastor Bola from K2.
Yes, please.
All right, please go ahead.
Thank you. You see, I love the good work you guys are doing. Doing some instances or in some cases, I may not agree with Barrister Lal
Okay.
because he's very biased in most of his analysis.
All right, can you help us expatiate in the areas you feel he was biased?
Hold on.
Okay.
I want to give you an advice. You don't bring him in all the time. Bring some people that will look at
He only comes on Monday and Thursday, sir.
Can you just imagine?
Hold on. He comes in on Mondays and Thursdays. So highlight the areas where you feel he's biased and then you correct it. That's what we do here.
If an obedience, we know that.
Hello, sir. Can you correct the bias? Do not be derogatory, please.
Like I said, it's an obedience as he keeps on saying.
All right, I keep asking you to please tell us the areas where you think that he was biased. That's why we're having logical conversations here. If any of the analysts on the program do not sound right by you or factual, come up with your facts. That's what we do here. We're all educating ourselves. So when you cannot, but you derogate and say, well, it doesn't make sense, please. So it's not about whatever team someone belongs. Come up with your facts and call him out and say, Barrister, here you said this, you're wrong. Here you said this, you're wrong. And this is what it is. Just like I have been doing here. I've been coming up with some facts to either buttress or discountenance some of the things he's been saying.
Exactly.
So please, let's be quite intelligent, okay? Good evening. How are you, sir?
Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Well done, my brother.
Hello?
Well
We can
done.
hear you, sir. What's your name and location, please?
Ahmed from
Hello?
Orochoki.
All right, Ahmed, please go ahead.
You are asked to defend your allegation. You can't defend. What is your own business with whether you belong to?
I
don't know how people are so...
My brother.
Go, make your own point.
My brother, it's tired you. It's tired you. These are Nigerians, so. My brother.
Who is now more
I don't know.
Well, this thing, I don't know.
If I'm obedient,
Hello?
it's now a Tinubu or
Oh,
what?
lost your call. 08036929933. 08036929933. Please, when you hello, good evening. Please turn down the volume of your radio when you call. When you call and you have anything to discountenance, any what ever the analyst has said, please say it out. All right, let's deal with this as factually as possible. Hello,
Exactly.
good evening. How are you?
Exactly.
Hello, good evening.
Good
Can
evening.
you
How are
hear
you?
me?
What's your name?
I'm
Please
Chidem. I'm
reduce the
calling
volume
from
of your
Ojo.
radio.
Okay. My name.
All right, so go ahead. I can still hear myself at the background. Please, when you call, turn off the volume of your radio completely. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, ma. Oh, good evening, sir.
Yeah, my name is Christopher. I'm calling from Okafa.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to pray God to keep by Nnamdi
Okay.
to increase his knowledge and his faithfulness, that he will never look back, despite what other people are saying against him. Many times when I listen to the man, I would think that maybe it's me talking. So I pray that God will keep him and make him ever faithful, that he will never be biased one day.
Okay.
And then you on the station, that God should keep you people for
Thank you very much.
allowing people to, as in, voice their mind. This APC, they have, I don't know. If I say they should come, they have come to destroy and kill. I don't know. And they are not. We are not benefiting. People are dying. Go and see poster everywhere. 40 years, 30 years. People are dying unnecessarily, and they are there enjoying money. God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
my
Thank you
brother.
very much for calling. All right. 08036929933. I see some of your calls on WhatsApp. I am so sorry because it keeps dropping. I don't know if it's a network situation. So please call the normal line. All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello.
Esther.
Yes. Good evening. How
Hello,
are you?
Esther.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. I'm calling from Idimo.
All right. Afumadama, please go ahead.
Mr. Barzalatin, I greet you.
Well done.
Yeah, you asked Esther one question about what in this government done achieve.
She
they
did.
achieve well.
She did tell me. Oh.
You know, we talk now. You see, this next week now, next month now. But Mr. Barzalatin.
Yes.
Mr. Darlington, next month now will be 2 years.
2 years, 2 years, nothing to show.
Next month now, 0/0, F9.
People should be coming down.
If you say this government, if you give us security and the security and light for these 2 years now.
Or diving coming down. The security is coming down. Insecurity is coming down. We said that he's doing something. It's getting worse every day.
You know why I say security? Because we have the machinery. We get machinery of it. He never do any single thing. Every day killing. See, for Headless, I dey pray make my enemy no sick. Hello.
I'm hearing you.
I dey pray make my enemy no sick. You know ordinary paracetamol wey be 5 naira sachet. They go even 5 naira per when PDP
Not
dey go.
700 naira.
Now, if you go for a Aboki, well, I don't know whether that one original one or better one. I know the medicine. You go feed you say 300, but if you go for better pharmacist, that's 700 naira.
Exactly.
See, I don't know. They didn't even say anything now. They're talking of 2027. Perfume, our people say, onye na chiro order. My
brother. If you survive sickness and your son die, you have not survived now.
He never survived.
You have not survived. You have not survived.
So that is it. This government with this since 2015 when they go bring Buhari, said a Messiah. I'm already condemned it by then. I say that when this man was the military, he have nothing in 0/0 to offer Nigeria. Talk less now when he dey old. Now he say he forget some money for Asorok. Now they ask him before he left office, 3 days when he want to leave for office, he borrowed money. Where the money dey? Mr. Darrett is a liar.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
You borrowed the money. Where is it? He said forget the money. So, this government don't tire me in short. I don't know what to talk.
Please don't be tired. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. 08036929933. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
Please, sir, what's your name?
Yes, my name is Mr. Prince Way. I'm calling from Bobo Ikorodu.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes. Please, what I want to beg, barrister in the house, please, you people have to help us. They say the courts are the last hope of the common man. But here now, that last hope of the common man, there is nowhere to be found. We can't find them. Look at everything that is spoiling. Okay, look at some people, I don't want to call them, that even if this thing happens, else we no rule. This is what a top government man said, that even if you kill somebody now, else we no rule. Even if anything happens, else we no rule. And it is happening like that. Look at what is happening in that river state. Even court will say, don't do this. They will still insist and continue. They will even do it times 10. And nothing will happen. So, I am pleading, please, all these lawyers, all these barristers, people should come together and say it with one voice. Because all these politicians, they cannot even do any other thing again. All these present governments have broke all of them, their hands and their legs. They have tied them. Please, all our power now remain on these barristers, lawyers, that they are the only people that can help us out on these things that is happening now. If not, we are dead and buried.
We're not dead and buried, though, Biko. We're not dead and buried.
But Esther, let me even help this man. My dear, the lawyers are trying. All the lawyers are not bad. There are good lawyers, like the man that went to court against that sole administrator. He got a judgment. He got a judgment, but is it not the onus is on the executive to implement the judgment of the court using the instrumentality of the police and all that? But what do you want them to do? They have obtained judgment, but implementation, what happened to it? That's the problem. So lawyers are doing their best. They are trying. They have been under the condition that they found themselves. So they are trying.
All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening. My name is Zara. Sister, how are you?
I'm fine, ma. Your name is what, ma?
Well done. Are you always talking about tunnel? Did you have Tinubu to build this tunnel? Why did you build it?
Ma, I didn't hear what you said. You said what, ma?
The tunnel.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma.
Did you have Tinubu to build the tunnel?
No, we're hopeful, ma. We have to have hope, ma.
No. We know, like, we don't know the situation of the country. There is no tunnel anywhere. Talking of the light at the end of the tunnel. Which light are you talking about?
This one I don't finish
I don't ever call. I always listen to your program, but I don't call.
So today you had to call.
There is no tunnel anywhere. What should we do that to her?
She said she called to tell me there's no tunnel. She said, did I have to be able to build tunnel?
It's over to you. Over to you.
So oh my God. Thank you, ma, for helping us.
You must have to build a tunnel.
08036929933. 08036929933. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
Okay, I'm Abdullahi calling from the suburb.
All right, Abdullahi, please go ahead.
So I'm the first time caller.
First time caller? Wow, let me ring a bell for you.
I've been trying to call for.
Abdullahi, we're happy to have you here.
Welcome to the family.
Well done. You guys are doing a good job.
Thank you very much.
I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Time I tune in. Well, I won't even say much. I just like the fact that everything is happening this week, because by 2027, Nigerians will go out of food. They might have learned their lesson. that adage of Omoini Shady Bebe, Kakule Kesidio Melomi.
Sir,
Now,
please kindly
they've
interpret.
seen it. It's paying off now. So next time, I think they will vote right.
Okay.
That's just my little
Yeah,
contribution.
Thank you very much,
They
sir.
used it
Thank
to
you.
deceive them last time. Yes.
Thank you very much. Let's hope so. Let's hope that people vote their conscience and vote right. 08036929933. I'll take this one more call and then read out messages. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Okangolina.
Okangolina. Good evening. How are you?
I'm not fine, no.
Because sorry. Be fine, I beg.
I'm not fine.
Go
With all
ahead.
these things you are telling me, how will I be fine?
Chai.
My barrister agrees, sir.
Well done, my brother. You must be fine, you.
You have to be fine.
You must be fine.
And I would like to disagree with my barrister there. When you are telling me that the president will have the problem going to Port Harcourt, River State to campaign. As if campaigning is their problem. The work that Tinubu, Wike is doing for him there. You know it, you don't know. So Wike has assured him he's going to grab River State. Look, the BAS, the sole administrator that is there, all the structure that this man Wike has been talking about. That's what this man is dismantling and is putting Wike's structure. That's what he's doing. People don't know.
I think people know.
He's moving and putting new ones. It's Wike's
I
structure
think people
that he's
know.
putting there.
I think people know.
So they want to win that, to capture that state.
You know that Wiki was with the suspended House of Rep members in London.
For your own interest or my own. Look at what the court was doing. Today they got adjournment for another, is it May or July? Another one they will do October. Before you know it, this month has gone. That's why there's nothing that will come out from that court because the court is still in their own. What are you telling me?
They are stalling it, yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Let me take some of your messages right about now. Okay, so I'm going to start off like this. Any comments that is not clean, I will not read it out. Okay, please kindly just bear that in mind. Kenechi Anike says, Esther Wachiko and Dr. Barrister, good evening. God blessings follow you. Engineer Ola, good evening, Esther. Okay, I think that has been corrected. Hi, S. Okay, hi to you. Good evening, Sister Barrister Darlington and Esther. Good evening to you too. This is Roofing Republic. Lillian Francis, Esther, you are very funny. You have grown in on me. Thank you very much. Thank you for actually understanding. Obina Okbaleke, that the North cried about lopsided appointment that has deeply favored only Yorubas doesn't make it less of an issue. We should roundly condemn the lopsidedness and not water it down. All right, Calvin Ogbes, good evening, Esther, Barrister Chief Guru Darlington, my man of the year. Ogudu Abi Tochuku, good evening, Barrister Darlington. Engineer Ola at Calvin, real man of the year. I just love his straightforward analysis. Ngozika, I am free from work today. I used to watch live from the toilet when I was at work. Wow. Peter is in Barrister. Good evening, sir. Michael Ikeze, I'm listening via radio. Barrister Darlington's mic is cracking. I think it's the cord. I think it's been rectified now. Michael Ikeze, kindly let us know if you're hearing us very well. Emeka Nweke, the Nigerian government should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader, from illegal detention. Jeremiah A. Angbaye says, Jesus Hunter, God will help us. Pastor Izim, we're completely gone. We're not going in Jesus' name. Oh. Engineer Ola Barrister Darlington was Nigeria's best president. Also, PDP governors do better in their state than APC governors. Is that true? Is that true, Barrister? Is that true, Barrister Darlington?
Yes, it's true.
Okay. Akikel says, Esther, please stop insulting Nigerians. Don't call our president, I'm not going to say right today, our president, a true Democrat. In no doing, it means that you do not know the meaning of a true Democrat and democracy. Yeah. Which other? Okay. Samuel Smiles. Good evening, my able Barrister Darlington, and good evening, Pretty Esther. ABC is grossly incompetent of governance, and that's a known fact. They lack wisdom, ideas, and strategies on good governance. Ken E says this Barrister Darlington's angle is interesting. Yes, it's possible Sole Administrator has gone rogue. Laugh out loud. With Wike's approval, not Tinubu. Okay. Akiola Olushe says, good evening, Esther. Barrister Darlington, you are wrong in your assertion. There is no how the Rivers Administrator will appoint people into various positions without the president's consent. Peter Izim also goes ahead to say that Barrister, right answer. Adedaya Florence Adewale, no, Barrister, one man is already soliciting for him. That is a right step in the right direction, also known as Osifo. Good evening, sir. You people are looking for trouble. See you calling Osifo now. Okay, Austin Coleman says, Austin founder from more kudos to Barrister Darlington. I do enjoy his eloquence, elucidations, keep it up. Okolo Emalek says, Esther, you just did enter my eye. Okay, whoever thinks that Tinubu is a Democrat can as well believe Santa Claus is no human. Nigerian activists are powermongers. Buhari is a good man. This is different. Ozo says, Nnamdi Kanu must be released immediately. His life is in serious danger right now. Jobless, Wike is not smart. Fubara knows Wike's weakness. That's why he is silent. And we should not forget that Fubara has been with Wike, and everything Wike knows, Fubara knows it too. Even all that passed under. Okolo Emalek says, with what is happening with Nigerians, one can say that Buhari is a good man. Impunity and infamy has marred this government. Tinubu. Okay, I'm not going to say that remaining one. Onoche Madwabuchi. Good evening, VOP. You are doing a great job. Well done. Thank you very much. Pastor Vanity Van goes, Esther can explain what you mean by comment that is not clean. So when people tell the truth, does it mean there's no clean? Paul Uzakwe, preparing for 2027 election is a fast of time and resources. It's a waste of time and resources. What has happened before will still happen again and continuously. All right, these are all the messages on YouTube. So let me go on to WhatsApp. Good evening, Esther Machuko, Barrister Darlington, VOP listeners. Ima from Shasha Akomojo. The problem of Nigeria is that most of the elite turn their blind eyes to injustices and marginalizations done and are still going to the southeasterners. The Pharaoh of Nigeria should let the Biafrans go. You don't want me and you will not let me go. Will there be peace? Good evening, Esther. Don't mind Barrister Darlington accusing you of trying to clean the mess. He doesn't know that you have a job to protect, as all eyes are you. Larry, you get sense. You get sense. Too much sense to worry. Thank you.
It is up to you.
No, he's saying that the Labour Party is not, they don't seem organized with the back and forth.
No,
and that maybe people may lose trust in it.
It has been settled. The Supreme Court have settled the problem of Labour Party.
But Abure is saying something else. Akpakpa is coming with something else.
Whatever they are saying is irrelevant. INEC will never recognize them. They cannot call a meeting of Labour Party today and anybody will answer them.
What about the faction supporting Abure?
They are blowing hot air. If Nigerians, now that they know the truth and they know better, they should follow the person that they will lead them to paradise and leave all these sponsored sycophants. Okay. That's what we are saying. If Abure and Apapa begin to flex muscle, it is Nigerians that will tell them, look, we are done with you. Okay. It's all about the people. That's the truth.
All right. Esther, good evening very much, Ugo. Thank you. Esther, good evening. Olakole from Lagos Island. Nigeria is not tired with Tinubu's government because a non-government and elderly person are really enjoying it. So Tinubu is willingly converting old age to youth age, and youth are in the street struggling every day on a daily basis. Now they're getting old. How do we stop this wahala? This country is sitting down on a trap of APC. This is a shame to the country. What is your name? Okay, Olakunle, thank you very much. I just shortened it because the rest of what you wrote, I cannot comprehend it. I salute you, gallantry, my gallant and great female radio presenter, Lady Esther. I salute you too, sir. How was your morale for this beautiful evening? My morale is okay. Please, ma, kindly help me to wish in my able first son, Ayodele Blessing Ayodeji, happy birthday to him. More divine wisdom and knowledge and understanding and good health and blessings and long life and prosperity. Amen. My best regards to the agencies can't unravel is because the health of the security agencies in Nigeria are doing escorts to the big men. Nigerians should secure themselves. My name is Emeka from Agropolis. Do you know what he sent? He sent a picture on WhatsApp and with the Nation newspaper, plateau killings, and a face of the president chilling with a drink. You guys. Good evening, house. Oga Agumor, regards to killing of Hey, Chineke God.
But is that not obvious?
This message, I no go read them. Biko. Good evening, my dear presenter and honorable professor, Pastor, Prophet, Barrister Darlington. I greet you, sir. My name is Taiwo Olabade from EAC Nota. A lovely barrister, thank you for educating us on the state of the nation, sir. You have said a lot, sir. What is happening generally in the country is beyond our imagination, and I don't even know what the federal government is waiting for. Sir, can we be allowed to use arms? Because if the attackers know the people they are going to attack are armed, you will see that this attack will stop. Our government are not doing the will of the people. The judiciary and the National Assembly are not helping issues. The killings of the farmers, kidnapping, bad roads, no enough medical personnel in our hospital, unemployment and empty promises, and other criminals activities that calls for urgent attention. Our leaders should learn from other countries that their democracy failed. Who knows if he or she knows what will happen in the next hour and they're struggling for 2027. They should please take it calm and give good governance. May God help us through this hard time in Jesus' name. Evening, Esther and Barrister Darlington. Just to comment on this, our current Nigerian democracy. Sometimes I just laugh when we talk about opposition in this our Nigerian politics. Sorry. All right. Sorry. Apologies there. Sometimes I just laugh when we talk about opposition in this Nigerian politics. As far as I'm concerned, there is nothing like opposition party in Nigerian politics. Why? Because the same people are just jumping from one party to another. Dr. Dave from VI. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying with us and thank you for being committed with us. Yes, quite a lot of messages, but we actually have a live appearance program. I always tell you that most of the time when we have these conversations, we try to see how we can enable ourselves, help ourselves, make money, and make sure that we take advantage of opportunities, isn't it? That's what we like to do right here. So, in that particular order, I have Ambassador Philip Osonu right here in the studio. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm all right. Are you?
I am fine. I was coughing a bit, but I'm okay now.
I understand.
Okay?
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. You know, we have been in this place for some time now, letting the public to know. Barrister Darlington have been doing a good job. Internet came, it was like, is this real? Can we really use it? Internet came, it was like, is this real? Can we really use it? You know, there was a lot of confusion in some people's head. But today, internet has taken over our life. It's hard to see a Nigerian now that doesn't have maybe an email or Facebook. It has one thing or the other. The social media has also come in. All right. So all these things are in place to help you. But let me say to you tonight, something bigger and greater and better than all that is already with us. The first thing that started some few years back now was everybody anywhere in any world, including Nigeria, being able to have a smartphone in your hands.
Okay.
There is no revolution better than that. I remember some years ago, before you make a phone call abroad, you have to go to Nitel and queue, and you pay. But today, even if you are in the remotest village, you can actually make a call to anybody. And the same thing has happened when it comes to business, when it comes to money making. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what you are doing. As long as you have a smartphone in your hand, or some people call it a big phone or an Android phone, you can be able to do something that will legitimately that will put money in your pocket. All road leads to Ikeja on Saturday. That's next tomorrow. We are here for business summit and training. We want to train people to understand how to use some of the applications on their phone. And the biggest of all of it is about how an AI, that's an artificial intelligence, can help you as a person to do your business or to market your business. You know, many times, many people start business. The most important thing is, how do I get customers? In Nigeria, in Lagos, anywhere in the world, with the system that is in place, you can be able to have customers as long as you have something to sell, even if you don't have anything to sell. So on Saturday, we have a lot to give out. Number one, we'll be showing people or teaching people how to identify good investment platforms that they can invest for their own sake and be in control, not the people be in control. All right. Second thing, some people have been asking us questions about shares. Now, you don't just go in and say, oh, a company is selling shares. You need to understand what it is all about, how it goes, how you can be part of it, and how you will be able to expect something good coming from it. Those things we'll be teaching it on Saturday. But most importantly is to help you with your phone. That with your mobile phone that you have in your hand, you can be able to see few applications. We might not be able to teach you all in one day. We will be able to see 1 or 2 or 3 applications on your phone that can help you to do anything, whether you want to study or you want to do business or you want to make money. But I know most people that have been coming for this seminars or business summit, all they have been asking us is how can we make money, because they need money on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. So they want to have more money to themselves with the information and the knowledge you can get regarding to this application, and most importantly regarding to the AI. This AI has been doing wonders in the sense that, for example, you have a business, you push the information to AI. AI will do the business, so you will do all the talking, it will do all the follow-up, it will approach your client, be talking to them, making calls to them, like as if it's just a human being doing that. And at the end of the day, he will close deals, sales for you. So I will encourage everyone that is listening to us this evening or this night to make sure they found themselves at Ikeja on Saturday. All you need to do, because we don't have enough time here today, all you need to do is to text to us. I will be giving you the number to text us if you are interested, like we have done a few weeks ago. The first 50 people that are going to be there before 10 o'clock, the event starts by 10 a.m. 10 a.m. on Saturday. The first 50 people, the gift you will be receiving from us is the gift that will help you in the business that you can earn as long as you are doing the business. So the number for you to text to us, just text us yes to this number, 081 80 74 40 686. Just text to us to this number. Just text us yes on Saturday 10 a.m. That's the event. Text to us 081 80 74 40 66. Just text yes to 081 80 74 40 66. For the last time, take this number 081 80 74 40 66.
All right, thank you very much, Ambassador Philip Asanu, for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely do appreciate you being consistent with us, and we thank you so much for staying on. Barrister Darlington, what's your final take on the conversation this evening that we have had?
Yeah, my final take is that Tinubu should come back from France.
Okay.
He should cut short his trip to show that, yes, he has people he is ruling over. To show that, yes, he has a job to do here. Things are getting out of hand. And he's still in France. Doing what? I mean, it doesn't show empathy. It doesn't show, because if it were a campaign period, will he travel and go and stay in France? He should come back home. That is the ideal thing to do. Let nobody defend that and say he's on a working visit, this and that. What kind of working visit when your home is on fire? Look at the mass murder going on in Plateau. Terrorists from foreign countries occupying Nigerian land, Nigerian soil, and you are in France. Now wow.